All right, so today we're diving into a topic that's,
Oh, this should be good.
yeah, a little out there. Quantum vibration and healing.
Right.
It's the idea that we can maybe achieve instant healing just by tapping into the right vibes.
Okay.
Sounds pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, our source material is definitely making some pretty bold claims.
Yeah.
Like they're really leaning into this whole concept that everything is energy vibrating different frequencies.
Mm.
And that supposedly directly affects our health.
Okay.
So we're going to unpack it all,
Yeah.
see what the science actually says,
Right.
and explore if there's any real potential here.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see where this goes.
Yes.
So for those of you who are familiar with quantum physics,
Yeah.
it delves into the super tiny world of atoms and particles.
Yeah.
And the source pulls out a few key concepts
Okay.
to support its claims.
I'm listening.
Let's start with the observer effect.
The observer effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the observer effect suggests that just by observing something, you can actually change it.
Okay, I've heard about this before, but it still blows my mind a little.
Yeah.
How does the source connect that to healing, though?
Well, they're proposing that if our observation can, influence something as fundamental as a particle,
Right.
then maybe our thoughts and emotions,
Okay.
which are also forms of energy, right, could
Okay.
have, a similar impact on our own cells, energy fields.
So they're saying our thoughts
Yeah.
can literally change our physical bodies.
That's the implication. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they argue that,
Yeah.
our thoughts and emotions
Mm.
create a certain vibration or frequency
Okay.
that interacts with the energy of our body.
Yeah.
Positive emotions generate high frequencies
Yeah.
that, promote harmony,
Right.
while negative emotions emit low frequencies that disrupt the body's natural flow. Okay,
Well, so-
I'm with you so far.
Okay, good.
The source also mentions entanglement,
Entanglement, yeah.
which always
It's a good one.
sounds so mysterious.
It is.
Can you remind us what that is?
Sure.
How it plays into all of this?
So think of entanglement like two coins flipped at the same time.
Hmm.
They always land on the same side.
Yep.
Even if they're miles apart.
Whoa.
Right. So it suggests there's a deeper connection
Yeah.
between seemingly separate particles.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the source doesn't get into the specifics of how this relates to healing,
Right.
but it seems to be using it to support this idea
Okay.
that everything is interconnected at a fundamental level.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So if our cells are all entangled, maybe they're all sharing information and vibes.
Right. For lack of a better term.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole particles can be waves too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Quantum physics shows us that particles can behave as both particles and waves. The source seems to be drawing a parallel here, suggesting that our bodies
Okay.
are also both physical matter and energetic vibrations.
Right. I'm trying to keep up here.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
But honestly, this all feels like a big leap.
Hmm.
Is there any scientific evidence
Well,
that actually backs up this idea?
that's where we need to be cautious.
Okay.
While quantum physics is a well-established scientific field,
Right.
applying these concepts to human healing is still
Yeah.
very much on the fringes. There's not a lot of robust research
Okay.
to support these claims.
So we're in speculative territory,
Right.
which is fine.
Yeah, we're here to explore.
We're here to explore ideas,
Right.
but let's be mindful.
Yeah,
We're not talking about proven science.
absolutely.
Yeah, good point.
It's important to maintain that critical lens
Right.
as we go.
Okay.
No.
Now, they talk a lot about this analogy of the body as an orchestra.
Oh, yeah, the body as an orchestra.
Can you unpack that a bit?
Sure. So they suggest that our body is like a symphony orchestra
Okay.
with each organ and system playing its part.
Right.
When everything is in tune, we experience health and harmony.
Okay.
But if one instrument is off key,
Uh-huh.
it disrupts the entire symphony.
Okay, I get the analogy,
Yeah.
but it feels a little
What's that?
simplistic to me.
Okay.
What if my
Yeah.
liver instrument is out of tune
Hmm.
because of a genetic predisposition?
Oh, okay.
Not just bad vibes.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
The source seems to oversimplify the complexities
Right.
of health and illness, right?
Yeah.
It's not always as straightforward as just tuning our emotional instruments.
Right.
There are a myriad of factors at play.
Right. Our bodies are more like incredibly complex ecosystems
Yeah, I like that.
than perfectly tuned orchestras.
Right.
But even with that caveat,
Mm,
the analogy is kind of catchy, right?
it is catchy, yeah.
It makes you think about the interconnectedness
Right.
of our physical and emotional states.
It does, it does. It
Yeah.
raises the question, if our emotions really do create these frequencies,
Mm,
could they be influencing our physical well-being
right.
in ways we don't fully understand?
That's what I'm curious about.
Okay.
And the source goes on to suggest
Does it?
some specific techniques
Okay.
for supposedly shifting our vibration.
Yes, they dive into practices like breath work and focused intention, which we can explore next.
Okay, let's get into that.
All right.
Okay, so if we're kind of buying into this idea
Yeah.
that we can actually shift our energetic state,
Mm.
what does the source suggest we do about it?
Well, they propose a couple of key techniques,
Okay.
starting with something pretty familiar
Yeah.
to anyone who's dabbled in mindfulness or meditation,
Okay.
breath work.
Breath work,
Yeah.
as in just paying attention to our breath. I
Right.
have to admit,
Yeah.
that seems a little too simple to have like a profound impact on
Yeah, I know what you mean.
our vibrational frequency or
Right.
whatever we're calling it.
But the source argues
Yeah.
that our breath is more than just
But-
oxygen in, carbon dioxide out.
Right.
They actually call it a bridge
Oh,
between the physical and the energetic.
okay.
And by slowing down our breathing, deepening it, and becoming really present with each inhale and exhale,
Okay.
we can supposedly influence our nervous system and shift out of that fight or flight mode
Right.
that tends to generate those lower frequencies.
Okay. So I can see how
Yeah,
consciously slowing down our breathing could help calm our nervous system.
right.
But are they saying that simply breathing differently can change our cellular vibration?
That's what they seem to be implying.
Wow.
Though they don't offer a clear explanation for the mechanism at work,
Okay.
they do suggest a specific exercise.
Okay. What's that?
Slow down the breath,
Hmm.
deepen it, and visualize energy expanding outward from the body with each exhale.
You know, this whole thing
Yeah.
reminds me of that time I tried sound healing with Tibetan singing bowls.
Oh, wow.
It felt kind of weird at first,
Right.
but I definitely felt a sense of calm and relaxation afterwards.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's definitely a growing body of anecdotal evidence suggesting that sound and vibration can have therapeutic effects.
Yeah.
Whether it's actually shifting our frequencies at a cellular level
Right.
or simply triggering a relaxation response.
Yeah.
The potential benefits are worth exploring.
Absolutely. And even if it's just a placebo effect,
Right.
if it helps people feel better,
Yeah,
that's not a bad thing.
exactly.
So breathwork is one tool.
Okay.
What's the other technique?
The second technique they highlight is something they call focused intention.
Okay.
Basically, it's the idea that instead of our energy being scattered all over the place, we can intentionally direct it
Okay.
towards a specific outcome, like healing a particular ailment
Okay.
or even manifesting a desired goal.
Focused intention.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like
What's that?
the law of attraction and all those manifestation techniques that were
Yeah.
popular a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this just positive thinking repackaged with a quantum physics twist?
There are definitely some parallels there.
Okay.
The source emphasizes visualizing the desired outcome,
Right.
feeling the emotions associated with it
Right.
as if it's already happened,
Okay.
and then surrendering control over
Yeah.
how or when it will manifest.
So if I want to say, get over this lingering cold,
Uh-huh.
I should visualize myself feeling healthy and full of energy,
Yeah.
and then just trust that my body will figure it out.
That's essentially what they're suggesting.
Interesting.
And look, even if we set aside the whole quantum aspect of it,
Right.
there is a growing body of research
Oh.
on the power of the mind-body connection.
Right. We know that stress can suppress our immune system.
Exactly.
And conversely, positive emotions and a sense of hope can actually promote healing.
Right.
So even if it's not quite as magical as shifting frequencies,
Yeah.
there could be some real benefit to cultivating a positive mindset
Absolutely.
and focusing our energy on what we want to achieve.
I think so.
Yeah.
The science might not be fully there yet,
Okay.
but the potential is intriguing.
I agree.
Now, this is where the source takes a leap
Important.
into even more speculative territory.
Oh.
They start talking about
What's that?
quantum creation.
Quantum creation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suggesting that we can use these same principles of vibration and focused intention
Okay.
to manifest anything we desire in life.
Whoa, hold on.
I know. It's a lot.
Now they're claiming we can manifest our dream job,
Right.
win the lottery and find true love
Right.
just by visualizing it and sending out the right vibes.
Yeah, it is a bold claim.
I'm getting a bit skeptical here.
Yeah.
It feels like they're overreaching.
I understand your skepticism.
Okay.
It's a bold claim and one that's not really backed up by scientific evidence.
Right.
But I think it's worth exploring the underlying concept,
Okay.
even if we take it with a grain of salt.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right.
What's the deeper idea behind this quantum creation thing?
Well, they suggest that just like an observer can influence a particle,
Okay.
our consciousness can potentially influence the fabric of reality itself.
So by aligning our vibration with what we want to create,
Yes.
we're supposedly sending out a signal to the universe, drawing those experiences to us.
Right.
I'm not sure I'm buying into the talking to the universe part,
Okay.
but I am intrigued by the idea that our thoughts and beliefs could shape our reality
Yeah.
in more subtle ways.
Okay.
You know, like maybe if I believe I'm capable of getting that promotion, I'll be more likely to take the actions that will actually lead to it.
That's a great point. It's
Yeah.
like the old adage, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Right, exactly.
If we don't believe something is possible, we're probably not even going to try.
So maybe this quantum creation stuff is more about aligning our actions with our desires,
Oh?
rather than expecting the universe to magically deliver everything on a silver platter.
That's a more grounded interpretation,
Yeah.
and one that might actually hold some weight.
I think it's healthy to be skeptical,
Absolutely.
but also to keep an open mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's not dismiss an idea
Right.
just because it sounds a little out there.
Sometimes the most profound discoveries come from challenging our existing beliefs and exploring the edges of what we think we know.
All right.
You know?
I'm ready to venture a little further
Okay,
into the unknown.
let's do it.
What else does the source have to say about this quantum creation business?
Okay.
Do they offer any practical tips?
They do.
Okay.
And some of them actually overlap with more mainstream personal development techniques.
For example, they emphasize the importance of gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
How does that tie into manifesting our desires?
Well, they argue that cultivating a feeling of gratitude for what we already have helps us raise our vibration and align with a state of abundance.
Okay.
It's like we're telling the universe, hey, I appreciate what you've given me,
Right.
and I'm open to receiving even more.
I can see how that mindset shift could be beneficial.
Yeah.
Even if it's not literally influencing quantum fields,
Right.
if we're constantly focused on what we lack,
Yeah.
we're probably not going to attract more abundance into our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also talk about the importance of
Yeah.
releasing limiting beliefs. You know, those negative thoughts that tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy of achieving our dreams.
So if I'm walking around thinking,
Yeah.
I'll never get that promotion, I'm probably right.
Right.
My own self-doubt will sabotage my efforts.
That's the idea. Yeah.
They argue that by identifying and releasing those limiting beliefs,
Okay.
we create space for new possibilities to emerge.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to see how these principles, even if they're not rooted in hard science, could still be valuable tools
Yeah.
for personal growth and transformation.
I think that's a key takeaway here.
Yeah.
Whether or not we fully buy into the quantum physics explanations,
Right.
the underlying message is one of empowerment. We have more control over our thoughts,
Okay.
emotions, and ultimately our reality than we often realize.
It's like we're the conductors of our own orchestras.
I love that.
And with the right tools and mindset,
Yes.
we can create a symphony of health, happiness, and fulfillment.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Oh, thanks.
And speaking of tools,
Yeah.
the source goes on to offer some more specific techniques
Okay.
for working with this concept of quantum creation.
All right. I'm ready to hear more.
So let's get into these techniques for quantum creation that the source mentions. I'm still a little skeptical, but I'm willing to entertain the possibilities here.
Well, one technique they suggest is something called scripting.
Scripting.
Yeah, it involves writing down your desired outcome as if it's already happened, almost like you're creating a movie script for your life.
So instead of writing,
Yeah.
I want to get that promotion, I'd write,
Oh.
I am so excited to be leading the new project,
It's
as if it's already a done deal.
precisely. The idea is to shift your focus
Okay.
from wanting something to feeling the emotions of already having it.
Interesting. It kind of reminds me of those
Mm.
gratitude journals people keep.
Right.
Instead of just listing things you're grateful for,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually creating a detailed narrative of your ideal reality.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
And they also talk about the power of affirmations.
Affirmations, I've heard about those,
Yeah.
but they always feels a little cheesy to me.
I
Like standing in the mirror and saying,
Yeah.
I am strong and confident over and over again.
It can feel a bit forced at first,
Right.
but the source argues that by consistently repeating these positive statements,
Okay.
we can start to challenge those limiting beliefs.
Right, that we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm willing to give it a try.
Okay.
Is there anything else they suggest?
They also emphasize the importance of visualization,
Okay.
not just picturing what you want, but really feeling it with all your senses.
Okay.
Like if you're visualizing that dream job, imagine yourself walking into the office, feeling the excitement, hearing the sounds, even smelling the coffee brewing.
So it's about creating a
Ah.
fully immersive experience in your mind, almost like a virtual reality for your desires.
Exactly. The more vividly you can imagine it,
Yeah.
the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind.
Okay, I can see how these techniques,
Yeah.
even if we strip away the quantum terminology, could be helpful
Right.
for setting intentions, building confidence, and staying motivated.
That's a key point. Whether or not we're literally influencing the fabric of reality,
Right.
these practices can definitely have a positive impact on our mindset and actions.
I think it's important to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the mystical aspects of quantum creation
Right.
and lose sight of the practical applications.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good segue into
Okay.
wrapping up this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've explored some pretty wild ideas,
We have.
from the observer effect to the body as an orchestra to the power of focused intention.
It's been a fascinating journey, to say the least.
Yeah, it has.
We started out exploring the science of quantum physics, then delved into the source's claims about vibration and healing, and ended up in the realm of manifestation and quantum creation.
And along the way,
Yeah.
we've raised more questions than answers.
We have.
But I think that's the beauty of exploring these kinds of topics.
I agree.
It challenges us to expand our thinking and consider new possibilities.
Right. Even if we don't buy into every claim the source is making, there's value in questioning our assumptions and exploring alternative perspectives.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide
Yeah.
what resonates with them.
That's right.
Maybe you've come away from this deep dive
Right.
feeling skeptical and unconvinced, or maybe you're feeling intrigued and inspired to explore further.
I hope so.
Either way, we hope we've sparked your curiosity and given you some food for thought.
Yeah, me too.
If anything, we hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of our physical, mental, and emotional states.
Yeah, for sure.
And perhaps you've even discovered some new tools and techniques
Yeah,
that you can use to cultivate a greater sense of well-being and purpose in your own life.
I hope so.
So whether you're a quantum physics enthusiast or a curious skeptic, we encourage you to continue exploring this fascinating realm of vibration, healing, and human potential. Who knows what you might discover?
And remember, even if the science is still catching up,
Right.
the power of your own mind is undeniable. So choose your thoughts wisely.
Good advice.
Cultivate positive emotions.
Okay.
And never underestimate the incredible capacity for healing and transformation that lies within you.
Well said. That's all the time we have for this deep dive.
It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.